Hey folks, welcome back to the next season of the Connection Outdoors. I'm here to talk to you about what we got coming up this season, talk to you about a little bit about last season, where we've made some changes with TCO, and I'm also here to do an unboxing. I just ordered the Hunt Hard camera arm, which is going to be something we're using this year from Muddy. Sent it to me. I just bought it. It looked good. I like the reviews on it. Looks like it's simple. One of the things I can tell you up front that I wish they would change, it's not really a bad thing, but the little bracket that you put on the tree and then you slide the arm down into, I wish they would sell just that bracket. So as you know, I use the Millennium, so I have several different setups for that Millennium, and it would be nice just to be able to put that little bracket on the tree and then, you know, take the arm out there and not have to carry the bracket everywhere I go. But other than that, so far it looks good. I haven't opened it yet, so getting past that for a minute, we'll talk a little bit more about that when we get the box open and we do the opening. I want to talk about last year. So we didn't have a lot of video last year. We had a lot going on last year. My nephew Lane, who was with us on the show, has since taken a job managing 12,000 acres near Tuscaloosa, Alabama. So he's not going to be able to be with us this year. Eric has decided that he is no longer wanting to be with TCO, so he's decided that he doesn't want to do that anymore, so he is out. We lost my grandmother back in January. She passed away. So it's been a little rough getting video out, but hopefully this year you're going to see us in the woods a little bit more. Brock's going to try to get some more video footage. He's taking a lineman's job. He's out of town right now, so he will be coming back into town. This is September the 26th. I think he's coming back the end of October for a few days. Amber's birthday is that week. Then I believe he's going to go back and then come back the week before Thanksgiving. Me and him hopefully will be able to do our muzzleloader trip up to Triple G, because Eric got out of TCO. We no longer hunt North Carolina now. We hunt the River Ridge Hunting Club, which is 2,000 acres here close to where we live, and then we have Triple G that we hunt also. Next year we're looking at maybe doing a trip out to Mississippi for a duck hunt, and maybe in the spring looking at a goose hunt in Delaware. So those are the two things we're looking at for next year. To give you a little bit of background of what we were going through last year and what we were dealing with. So go ahead with this year. Again, we're going to try to get in the woods a lot more. I'm going to do a lot more. I want to do a lot more morning hunting. It's cooler here in Alabama during bow season in the morning versus in the evenings. So it's a lot more comfortable to hunt. It's hard to hunt in this heat and hot weather. We went through, I believe, late August, 1st September, we were in the triple digits. We were getting up to 100 degrees or better during the day. So it put a hold on a lot of things we wanted to do. Going to be bringing you a lot more scouting tips, a lot more hanging tree stand tips. Someone had watched my video where I talked about the nut grub, and I talked about how I thought it was going to do, but I never came back out and said how it did. Well, for the viewers, the nut grub did not work here where I put it out. The deer walked through it, but they never ate it. It just wound up melting into the ground. I'm not saying anything about the nut grub. I'm not saying it's bad or good. It's just not, to me, doesn't work here. I've found at Triple G, we put out trophy rocks. I have found that no matter where I put those trophy rocks, deer are going to come to them. That's about the only thing. My dad my dad, I pick at him, but it seems like whenever they come out with something new, deer, cocaine, and any kind of supplemental feed for the deer, he's going to try it. He's going to buy it and he's going to try it. So we've pretty much tried just about everything. We can put something in one green field and go to the other end of the property and put the exact same thing, and the deer in one green field will eat it to death, and the other green field on the other end of the property, they won't touch it. So I found that trophy rock, I can pretty much put it anywhere on the property and the deer will come to it. It's a good supplemental rock. You can get them at Tractor Supply, Bass Pro Shop, any co-op, I believe, carries them. But look them up online also. The trophy rock, that's what it's called. And they come in different sizes. You know, if you need a big one, my dad got the $20 or 20-pound one, excuse me. My dad got the 20-pound ones. For the 10-pound ones, I think they're about $15, $12 or $15. So price point, they're not too bad. They're not, you know, super expensive. We've changed it up a little bit this year. I have gotten rid of my Remington 783. Not because it was a bad rifle or I hated the rifle or I have anything bad to say about Remington. I just I found a rifle. It's the Browning X-Bolt. I like the smoothness of the action. I like the ease of the trigger pull. I like where the safety's at. I like everything about the rifle, so I decided to get that rifle. And I just couldn't see having two 30-06s and hunting with one and letting the other collect dust. So we got rid of our 783 and we went to the Browning X-Bolt. We're still planting Whitetail Institute. Still, to me, the best seed on the market. Again, if you'll look back at the video, the interview that I did with Steve Scott, who owned Whitetail Institute at the time, he tells you, you know, there's a lot of people that will spend a lot of money on a rifle and a scope and want to spend $5 on a food plot or $10 on a food plot and wonder why they're not seeing any deer. So, yeah, Whitetail Institute is a little more expensive than maybe some other seed you could buy at the co-op, but in my opinion, it's worth every penny. Every penny. It's the one place where the one seed I found that I can plant it anywhere in any green field, and the deer are going to come to it, and the deer are going to eat it. I did an experiment. I didn't video the experiment. It was back before we started TCO. But I did an experiment with one seed, I'm not going to mention the name, and then this Whitetail Institute. I planted them in two different food plots. The other seed, we'll call it Seed B. Seed B, the deer walked through it. They didn't touch it. It got knee high. They never touched it. Seed A, which is Whitetail Institute, the deer ate it down. Had somebody tell me, well, that's just where you planted it. So the next year I swapped them up. I planted Seed B where I had planted the Whitetail Institute, and I had planted Whitetail Institute where I had planted Seed B. And again, the deer mowed down the Whitetail Institute. They walked through Seed B. So from the different types of seed I've tried, Whitetail Institute probably makes the best seed for this area. I can't explain it. I'm not a scientist. I don't know. I just know what works for us, and that Whitetail Institute works for us. I'm going to also, one of the things I want to do this year, later on in the year, is I'm going to lay out what I use, what I take to the tree stand, and kind of show you how I pack it in and pack it out. Of course, you know, we go out and set up our lock-ons ahead of time, ahead of season, before season starts. We go out and we set them up. So I'm going to kind of show you a little bit about how I pack my stuff into the tree stand and how I get up in the tree as far as with that equipment and what equipment we carry. I do bow hunt. I shoot a bear trimmer. So I love the bear. I shoot Black Eagle arrows, and I shoot Muzzy broadheads. I haven't killed a deer with my bow in quite a while, so we're kind of hoping I'll get my first deer this year, or the first deer with the trimmer. Let's put it that way, the first deer with the trimmer. So, okay, now I've told you a little bit about what we have planned for this season. I've talked to you a little bit about what we had going on last season and why we did what we did. Let me show you this new Muddy Hunt Hard camera arm. Excuse me, folks, get me a little cup of coffee there. So the Hunt Hard camera arm, I looked at a bunch of different arms. We use a, I can't even remember, it's Easy Hanger camera arm. Fantastic camera arm. I love that camera arm. Probably going to do a giveaway with that camera arm. It's a really good camera arm, but we've purchased a little bit bigger camera, and that that Easy Hanger camera arm just won't hold this heavier camera. So that's the only reason we went away with it. If you're using a smaller or a lighter camera, a DSL camera that's a little bit lighter than what we have would be perfect for that little that little Easy Hanger. Be a great thing. So later on in the season, we'll do some kind of giveaway with that Easy Hanger camera arm. I like it, and I think you would like it too. But going on, so we're unboxing the Muddy Hunt Hard camera arm. So this is the arm itself. You'll notice it's got a level. I don't know if you can see that level, but it's got a level on it. And it's got that bracket that I was telling you about, and this piece slides down in that bracket. So we'll go ahead and pull the bracket out. So this is going to be the camera head, I believe. So let me put the box down. This is the camera head. This is going to be the basis. Yeah, this looks like this is going to be our camera head. One of the other things we purchased earlier this year was we bought a control box for the camera. Of course, all of our video is self-filmed, so we bought a control arm that'll attach onto this so that when we're moving the camera, we can zoom and zoom out and basically control the camera. So, our instructions. Got a nice Muddy sticker. My wife doesn't like me putting a lot of stickers on the truck, so probably won't put that one on the truck, but we do have our TCO. All right, so basically this is I dropped the thing. Hold on just a minute, folks. So basically this is what you have. You have this, I guess, a base plate, for lack of a better term. This screws into the bottom of the camera. And then that way you don't have to worry about when you get up in the tree stand trying to screw this down. You just pop it in there like so. So there's a little arm that flaps open. I'm trying to show you this, guys. So little arm that flaps open. And you pop that arm out, open like so. And then this piece comes out. So this is a control piece. If you ever need to flip the camera up for any reason, this is how you do it. This is your control arm. So once the camera is screwed down to the once the camera's screwed in here like this, that's your control arm to control it. So, all right, so that's that. And in one bag is everything else. So, not as easy to pull out of here as it looks. That's probably going to be I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to look at that and figure out what that is. So this is that plate that I was telling you about. It's got an adjuster on it. So if you get on a tree that you need to move the base plate up or down at the level of the camera, that's what this is for. This wraps around the tree and then hooks to this little button here, and then you ratchet it down. So once you get this in, then you just, the arm just sets in here like so. It's a little snug again, brand new. Didn't even take it out of the box. We've had it for a little while. So I'm assuming not sure if that's how far it goes down in there. There may be something in there that's blocking it. Nope, it's just snug. So, but we'll get that worked out. All right, so the next thing I need to figure out is this piece right here. We're not sure, or at least I'm not, and I think I figured out what this other piece is for. It looks like okay. So yeah. Of course, I guess I could always read the directions, but you know, I'm a guy, I won't read directions until it's already messed up. But it looks like what happens is, because it's square on the bottom, of course it's square on the top, but the bolt itself has got a square part to it. So probably what we're looking at is this goes in here like so. This mounts to the top of this. Now I'm not sure if that spacer goes on here or not. We'll find out in a minute, because once this gets tight, and I guess if you need the camera to be a little higher, you could probably put that spacer on here, tighten it down, and allow the camera to be a little higher than it is. It's got these cutouts here. I don't know if you can see them or not, but it's got these cutouts here, and that's just for a wrench to tighten it down real good, because the last thing you want is just get a nice camera and have it fall all the way to the ground. So, and then this goes here, screws on like this. And then once it's on, so basically this is our setup. The camera will mount here, and then we'll be able to control the camera with this, with the arm here. So for the most part, so far, we'll see how it does in the tree. Again, that's last season, what we have coming up this season, possibly what we have for next season. I appreciate everybody that stays with the connection and watches the connection, and I promise you we're trying our best to get better. But I can't do this without the help from my viewers. I'll do this because I enjoy it. It's just that simple. I enjoy what I'm doing. So you guys stay with us, stay connected. Stay connected as we connect you with the outdoors.